Well, to be honest, I just like white. But it is true that if you wear white, you really stand out in a room, especially if everybody's wearing dark. So it does have its advantages. On the other hand, I have to be really careful with eating because before you know it, there's something there. So. Yeah, so I think your clothing say something always, right? So if you dress not to stand out, well, that's a statement too. You clearly thought about the tie you're wearing today and it stands out. And I think, well, that's a tool you can use to your benefit or not. So I met a guy once at a conference and he was always wearing a hat. And he always stood out, right? Even if you saw a whole crowd, people from the back, you were like, oh, I know that guy, it's the guy with the hat. So I think that's powerful. If you think about communication, if you trying to reach people, but you dress like in a way that everybody would forget you, and I'm like, well, why would you do that then? Why don't you wear something, even if it's a small flower or something that stands out, is a way of communicating. If you have a personal connection with your audience, and with your customers, with your partners, then you can grow. So I don't see it as maintaining intimacy as you grow. I'm like, no, that's the essential part. And everybody knows that people do business with people they like, and even the biggest deals. So I just sold the majority of my company to the FT. And I know that this was a business deal, but the main thing that did the deal was the connection between my team and the FT's team. Like, we personally connected. That's what made the deal. So I just strongly believe that the human connection is the underlying fundamental of any growing business. So it's not a matter of like, we're going to grow the business, oh, we also got to be personal. No, you got to think about the people you're servicing, the people you work with, the people who work for you. So often I'm the boss in the room, and then people think, if you're the boss, you know everything. But that's not the case at all, right? So early on I realized, like, if I'm in a meeting and it's a difficult topic, and I'm the first one to say, I don't understand this at all, that everybody is sort of relieved, and suddenly everybody says, oh, I don't understand it at all either. And then you make progress, right? So I've learned that being honest about what you don't know, being honest about what you're insecure about, is actually shows that you're confident, and will give people comfort to also show where they're both confident and not confident about. Well, I think technology itself is neutral, right? It's what we do with it. And as with every new tool, the first, like, if I give you a hammer, and you've never had a hammer before, and you now have a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right? You want to hit everything. And in the beginning, you'll break some stuff. But a hammer is also a very powerful tool, and we see that you can do great things with technology. So I think it sort of comes in waves where we're all like, oh, this is the best thing in the world. Let's give it our everything. And then we go through a wave where we're like, wait a minute, I gave this thing my everything. This is not good. And then so we take it a little bit back, and then we find a new thing. And we're like, oh, this is the best thing. Let's give it our everything. And then you sort of. So I think this is a very natural, like, ebb and flow of use of technology. People. So I think that for me, what was interesting a few years ago, we had our conference. I spoke to someone and I said, what do you think was the best speaker? And he said, oh, I didn't see one speaker. And I'm like, oh my God, you bought a ticket and you didn't see any speakers? And I'm like, no, I meet 20 potential clients. I sign 3. Every client makes me 100,000 a year. So I'm having a great conference. I'm just here to meet people. And I think that was an important lesson for us, that we thought like, right, the main thing we do here is connect people. And some of those are just there to inspire others. Some are there to do business.